What's good, guys? Welcome back to Ron's Rides. I'm here at Maserati Alfa Romeo of Daytona Beach, and I have the key here to the 2018 Maserati Ghibli S Granlusso. This comes in Blu Passione here. It is looking amazing, especially with the Zenna interior package that the Granlussos come with. This one being in brown with the gray silk. We'll take a closer look at it really quickly, just to catch your interest with the Ebano wood trim, and then I'll get into the specifics of the car in general. But just to take a quick look at that, looks amazing. This metallic Blu Passione paint also in the sunlight is just incredible out here in the Florida sun. So with this car, you are getting the newly reintroduced engine, the twin turbo V6 424 horsepower. In the older models like the 2017s, it's 404, or if you don't have an S model or SQ4, which this is an S, you know, it is not 424 horsepower. For 2018, it's 345 for the base model. So with this, you do get the new reintroduced headlights as well that have been refreshed for 2018, and they are full LED headlights. You do get that wider chrome looking grille, the wide shark fin looking grille. This has the standard Trident. If you do have the driver assistance package, you'll have the flatter, more plastic looking Trident, but it has all the technology stuffed into it. You do also have the wider grille here as well, with the chrome trim going along it for the Granlusso package. For the Grand Sport, you're gonna have a black gloss look to it. Also with this specific package, you do have the blue, and I want to say Blu Passione because it's supposed to kind of match with the paint, but it's not exactly the same exact metallic flake. But you do have your blue calipers to match. Also with the 19-inch Proteo wheels, you have P0 all-season tires with this package as well. Coming along the sides for 2018 and for the Granlusso, you do have the side skirts that are color matched as well. Look a lot better as far as ground effects goes with your Granlusso badge right there on the side. Chrome door handles, chrome trim as always, nothing changed there. For the rear, you have your standard LED headlights. You also have your S badge letting you know that this is an S model. You do have the new rear diffuser that is painted to match, and also different styling from the older models where it's just a little bit more sportier. But you know, if you really want to go sport, you're gonna have to get that Grand Sport Ghibli, and I do have videos on that, so go ahead and go check those out to see what the difference is. Now before we go inside, I wanted to show you that we do have soft closed doors with this model. So if I were to push on the door, it sucks the door all the way in. Soft closed doors for this one. A lot of base model 2018s do not have this option. You normally get it with the Granlussos and Grand Sports if they're the S or SQ4 models. So soft closed doors are a thing now for 2018 Ghiblis. Going inside, the Zenna leather package with silk just looks incredible. You have your brown leather, your white stitching, your silk inserts in the seats. You also have your silk inserts along the door here with the Ebano wood trim and aluminum handles. Looks fantastic. Also, you have your pillars done here in Alcantara. So Alcantara along the pillar lines, but then instead of having Alcantara up top, you have your Zenna silk as well to match. And then we will pull this down just to show you that it's official. And zoom in on that. I don't know how well you can see it, but that's how you know that that's the package deal there. You also have your sunroof up top. Manually pull this back, and then you can press a button to put back the actual sunroof itself, letting that natural light. Now you do get the same experience in the back as you do up front, so nobody is left out. Same quality in the back, so your passengers will enjoy this car just as much as you do. Pretty simple in the back. There's not much to these cars. You have a couple of vents just for your AC controls. You pull down here in the middle. You have extra storage, and you have cup holders. Whoops, and I didn't press that good. There we go. cup holders. Nothing special back here. You get a little bit more in a quattroporte. Ghibli keeps it pretty simple. You got passengers back here. You got a couple of things to accommodate them, but that's about it. We're gonna hop in the back of the Ghibli because if you do get a 4-door, you kind of want to know what kind of space you do have, opposed to getting the quattroporte, which has more space than the Ghibli, obviously, because it's bigger. If you were to get a Ghibli, it's a tight squeeze as far as back seat space goes. Now, being behind the driver is where you might run into the most issues because of the fact that the driver may sit in a certain position that is comfortable for them to drive. And if they're a taller person or they like to sit back in their seats, you're going to be faced with that, dilemma on if you sit back here and they keep putting the seat back, how much room are you really gonna have? So this is kind of what we're looking at in the Ghibli. My ankles are all the way to the back here, and you see the tips of my feet are still under the seat. So that kind of gives you the idea, and if you were to have 4 passengers, what the driver and the passenger behind the driver would have to kind of go through just to kind of see what kind of space they would have. With the passengers, obviously, if there's somebody here, they could probably scoot up because they're not driving and they don't have to put their foot on the pedals, etc. But it's smaller in the back. Quattroporte is a little bit larger, so if that's your thing, that's probably what you're going to want to go for when getting in the back and being a passenger in these Ghiblis. But this is a great view to be in, that's for sure. Let's step inside of this Ghibli and power it up. Get the AC going because it is hot. And get that to focus. Get your big Maserati Trident there. We're low on gas, so we won't be going anywhere today. Maserati touch control, which is just phenomenal. Let me tell you, if you have a chance to get a 2017 and up just for this system, get it, because it's so much better than the current system in the 2016s, 15s, and 14s. So if you can get into a Ghibli with the Maserati touch control, it's the best thing Maserati has done, really. A lot of people give it crap for this being a Chrysler system. The technology is there, but it's simple. It's not massage your back. It's not drive for you like autonomous driving. We got everything you need in the most basic form, and it works. So I think that if that's the kind of driving you do, then you're gonna love this system. I've made videos on this system plenty of times. Definitely give that a look, but I think that it's worth talking about. Now that we're inside, it's a great place to be. Just with the materials in the Granlusso, it really focuses on luxury. So, you don't have paddle shifters, aluminum pedals. That's more for the Grand Sport model. What you do is you have leather everywhere. You have materials everywhere. So you have your aluminum, you have your leather dash, wrap dash here in black, leather over the clock. You have your leather here with the white stitching all over. All on the steering wheel, wrapped in leather. The door wrapped in leather with the Ebano wood trim, the silk here. It's just great materials everywhere. The only thing, you have is like plastic here on, this door pillar, or plastic at the bottom of the door or over the speaker. That's the only things I could say they could really improve on if they were to change anything. Other than that, they did a really good job with the interior. You have plenty of space. You have your cup holders hidden in here, space here. Right inside, you have cup holders, plug-ins inside of the armrest there. On the side of the door, you have your cubbies. Right here, where I normally would put my license and registration, you have a little hole there to just keep everything tucked away there. Not a bad spot to be as far as, having everything you need and having just enough luxury and just enough great materials to make the ride enjoyable, because the interior is very important. As much as you might not think it is, you spend a lot of your time here in the interior, so it's great to have something nice to look at and some functionality with this as well. As I'm trying to open this, there we go. So I say functionality and then I can't open that storage piece, so yeah, that makes it look really funny. The irony of that. There's storage under here with plugins here, aux, USB, and an SD card. So maybe I'll rehearse that better next time. There we go. I was doing it the wrong way and I messed it up. But you guys get what I'm saying there. We do have our gear select here, which is a very controversial gear select. It's one to get used to as far as how you shift it, because it's tough to get to where you want to get sometimes. You have to really have a light touch to get in the drive mode you like. You just see I just did reverse, neutral, and drive. I'm pretty, you know, I'm easy to me just because I've owned 2 of these and I know how to touch this thing, but sometimes getting it where you want it to go is just a little harder sometimes. If you want to do manual, you press the M and now the manual lights up and you will shift up and down for downshifting and upshifting. So you would press up to downshift and back to upshift. And that might sound kind of weird. And then press M to turn it off to put it in the regular drive mode. That part's pretty simple, but you just have to have a good touch. It's like a joystick, and it pops back to, you know, where you would normally have the gear select before it started moving in the first place. So it doesn't stay, it goes in that area once you shift it. When you do have it in reverse, you are greeted by this huge 8.4 inch screen and reverse camera, and that is very clutch because, you know, a lot of cars these days don't have a big enough reverse camera, and these, as much as you can look outside of the window and see for yourself, these help so much. I think it's just one of those where, like, if you don't have it, you realize how much you actually need it. So this is like, I want to say probably a must for me, a must have. You also have your park sensors on and reverse here, so you can get your, you know, warnings for the front and back just in case you're getting too close to anything on either side, which is always helpful to get those dings and dangs just so you don't scratch this beautiful car up. Also, when going in reverse, as you see a Julia's going in reverse back there, your mirrors will tilt down for you. And you do have blind spot detection as well. You can see the little triangle a little bit there. There we go. You see the triangle there? So that is your blind spot warning there. So if anything is, you know, in your blind spot, it will illuminate in orange, which is always helpful as well. But yeah, just, you get plenty of aids when parking the car, which is phenomenal because, like I said, you want to take care of these things and you want to make sure you don't ding and dang them up. And that's just a good way to help. You know, we're all not perfect drivers all of the time, and we may need a little bit of help. So that's a good way to do so. As you can see, our fuel is pretty low there. We have 190 on the dash there, but it's not going to do a 190 on the Speedo. I will probably get about 177 around that range for the top speed here. You do have all of your options here, your settings, stored messages, audio, your start stop mode, which is disabled when you start it in sport mode and have sport mode going, your fuel economy, your drive mode, which we're in normal, but if I put it to sport, valves will open and you will see everything lit up there because you get more throttle response and a lot more sound, your PSI tire pressure, and your miles per hour or kilometers if you were to change it to kilometers, as I just did by pressing this button here. And now change it back to miles per hour because we are in America. Lighting controls and ambient lighting, interior lighting controls, and the start stop button. I mean, it's pretty simple there. Wish that was a little bit more decorated. A little chrome surround, I see what they were doing there, but I would really love that to be like an aluminum button or something a little bit, you know, better looking to go with the interior to really match the look, because it has a very quality look. But you know, we can't get everything we want, right? Take a look at those lights in action, shall we? LED. Looking great even in the daytime. So I can only imagine how they look at night. We'll go further back just to get the full scope. Yeah, those are sinister. I love the look of the new headlights. So sharp, so clean. Just, I mean, they did a really good job with these. Tail lights on the Ghibli have been the same since they have come out. They could do probably a little bit sharper job, I would say. They look really good now, but I think we can do a little bit more aggressive tail light just to match the headlights now, because I feel like these went with the older headlights a lot better, but the new headlights just outshine these, no pun intended, outshine these so much more. So if we get some new tail lights for the Ghibli, I will not be mad at all. Coming to the rear, this Ghibli does have the touchless trunk feature. Kick your leg under it and watch your trunk as it raises. Plenty of space in the back, very practical. You have your battery back here, you have your spare back here, tools right under the back here. Battery along this, under the side there. Pretty simple, pretty chill, nothing else. 12-volt plug in there. That's about it, guys. Now you can either lock or just close your trunk by pressing either of these two buttons. The regular close here, the close to lock here. So we're just gonna close it. Underneath the hood of the Ghibli is your twin turbo V6, as I explained, with the 424 horsepower. Pretty good engine. You know, Ferrari does have a hand in these engines, so they are pretty durable. They definitely perform. You know, I haven't seen any really major problems, or any Ghiblis that really come in with any major problems with the engines, you know, and that's over a 4-year period since the Ghibli has first come out. If anybody has had any experiences, definitely let me know in the comments. I would like to hear them, you know, not to bash against the brand or the engine or whatnot, but I just want to know what's out there and what to look for just in case these things happen. And I'm sure that the subscribers or the viewers of this video will like to know more about these things from users who have experienced issues with them if they've had them. So from looking at it, what do you guys think about the side profile of the Ghibli? Does it really show any aggression? Does it look pretty basic, pretty simple? Does it stand out at all? I've never been a fan of the side of the car. I think the front always looked amazing to me and looked great. The rear could use some work, and they did do some work. So now 2018, the Lusso and the Grand Sport look awesome in the rear. But the side, I think they can still do some improvements on, even though they did the color match side skirts. At least it needs a little bit more on the side profile just to really top off that look for me and make it look a little bit above average. But what do you guys think? Now I wanted to go over this car just to show you guys the color combo and the new 2018 Lusso. I've done Lussos before. We have a couple more. If you want me to do those, just let me know. I'm gonna get to the end here. If there's anything that you might want to know about these cars, definitely check out my other videos because I've gone over a lot of this stuff before. If you guys want to know any more about these cars, either ask in the comments below or go check out the other videos. I'll be happy to answer, or I probably may have already answered your questions. So this is not as an in-depth review as normal, just because I've done it, you know, plenty of times. But I wanted to show you this Blu Passione 2018 Ghibli S Granlusso. So this is what we have. That is the interior color. Look, I'm not gonna try to pronounce everything. I said to Zigna, I'm not gonna try to pronounce everything else. You guys might know better than me, so that's what it is there on paper. And that's the Italian version of that. You're looking at 88,000 on this particular model. So before, where was it at? Oh, 85 before, 88 after the additional options. These are the additional options here. It just kind of shows you what you're paying for. And then these are your basic options for the car. As you can see, 424 horsepower, 428 foot-pounds of torque, 3-liter twin turbo. You have your 8-speed automatic transmission. It is a ZF, 8.4-inch Maserati touch control plus head unit. Got everything here. So just to show you what we have, and hopefully, you know, this will suit your needs if this is the kind of car you're looking for. And that is your fuel consumption, premium fuel only in these cars, so keep that in mind as well. All right, so hopefully you guys enjoyed the look at this 2018 Blu Passione Maserati Ghibli S Granlusso. Like I said, I've gone over these cars before, but I just kind of wanted to show you this specific spec because some people might see these, and if they're going to look for a car or order one, they see the video online and they're like, actually, that's the exact spec I want. You know, you never know what's out there until you see it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed my quick overview of the car. And like I said, if there's anything else you want to know, you can either ask me or the other viewers, because my subscribers are pretty good at answering any questions that I can't answer, or that they may just be first to get to than me, and they may know more about the situation than I do. So it's a great community we have here on this channel to talk about these cars and to really give, you know, first-time buyers or first-time owners the options to find out more about them. So I really take pride in that. So if you guys have any questions, definitely leave them below. Like the video if you liked seeing the car and seeing the content, and definitely subscribe if you want more amateur Maserati Alfa Romeo videos, because I'm going to bring them to you. Whatever you guys like, I'm going to try to get it on camera so you can see it and we can have a discussion. With that said, guys, appreciate you coming by. Remember, I will be going on vacation, so I will have a hiatus for 7 days or so coming up here. So I want to say just keep that in mind. That will be happening next week. So if you don't see videos for a while, that's why. But keep up with me on my Snapchat, Instagram, and all that. Links are below for the social media. Links below for the custom floor mats for the Ghibli too. Check those out. Whatever else you guys need, let me know. We'll talk to you in the next one. Hope you guys have a good one. Take it easy. Peace.